Officials confirmed one of the three people shot and killed was rapper King Von from Chicago, who was here last night with friends, where a total of 6 people were. One of them, a rapper Davon Bennett, who goes by the stage name King Von.
Police records related to King Von's death were released today. According to a nurse at the hospital, King Von was actually brought back to life. He survived 2 surgeries, but later he got startled when the nurse walked into the room and saw him looking around for his gun.
And Von made it through 2 surgeries. He had 3 surgeries ago, he made it through 2 surgeries. And then after the second surgery, he hopped off the bed and started fighting the nurse and said where his gun at. And he went and he died because he went into shock. So he was making 2 surgeries. How hours later, Kayla know, talking about some, he fought the nurse. She the one told me that. His mama didn't even know that. How you knowing what's going on inside the hospital?
Because she was there at the hospital.
What's even more concerning is that police believe King Von may have been set up by someone from his own circle. He had paid bodyguards who were supposed to protect him that night, but according to police records and surveillance footage during the fight, all of his bodyguards ran in the opposite direction away from King Von.
Security guard let him walk. You get paid he get paid to protect. How the f you let him walk over and fight? You ain't even supposed to let him fight. He ain't supposed to be touching nobody. Security guard, if anything, you make sure Quando them leave. Whoever else they was with, you make sure they leave. How you let him walk over somebody that's the reason y'all here, the reason everybody in this parking lot here, because this man right here making the money and y'all his entourage. That security guard is something fishy with him. That's why he deleted his Instagram. I definitely feel like it's foul play. I don't know where it's coming from, but I definitely feel like it's some weird shit going on.
Even the police body cam footage shows King Von's friends at the scene, but not a single bodyguard was there. The police also reviewed an interview with Quando Rondo, where he gave his side of the story about what happened that night. Later in the interview, Quando spoke more about the moment he was on the ground with King Von on top of him, and even shared what Von said to him during the fight. But to really understand what happened, we need to look at the official police report on King Von's because the details are shocking. It says, November 5th, 2020, King Von and his team headed to a club in Atlanta for his album release party. The album was called Welcome to O-Block. The night was meant to be a huge celebration of Von's life and success, but no one knew it would end in tragedy. King Von had a lot of enemies growing up in a rough area like O-Block. He understood the risks of being out in public. That's why he rolled deep to the club with about 20 to 25 people, spread across 8 different vehicles. Even his manager on OK Track went on record about how serious King Von was when it came to his personal security.
I travel with 1 security that moves with Von, and he traveled with 2 more security. You know what I'm saying? Von traveled in a proof truck, and not only that, his guys are security, man. He travels with 10 to 15 guys daily. They protect and love Von more than any security would. We're like, I think we're about 8-10 cars deep, 20-25 on entourage.
During the party, everything was going smoothly until someone started texting King Von around 2:30 a.m. As King Von and his group were leaving the club, he got a phone call. He stepped away from the group, talked on the phone for about 5 minutes, then came back. At that point, everyone had planned to head back to their Airbnb for the night, but at the last minute, King Von changed his mind.
Everybody's mind leaving the club is that we're going to the hotel and the Airbnb, because that's normal routine. The club he went to, the after hours, wasn't getting paid for. I didn't have no acknowledgement of. His team didn't have no acknowledgement of. That was a complete Von decision.
While the rest of the crew was heading back to the Airbnb, King Von told his driver to take him to another club called the Monaco Lounge. This was the first of several decisions that would lead to his tragic death. He had been texting someone for the past hour, and now he was going to meet up with them.
Well, everybody else that was with us driving to the Airbnb, and Von literally went to the venue by himself. We got a call later from people in the car, like, hey bro, we here by, matter of fact, I think from his DJ was like, hey bro, you know we here by ourselves, like, where you guys at? And everybody rerouted to that venue.
Inside King Von's Escalade were just 3 people: Von the driver and a security guard, but the rest of the team didn't even know the plans had changed until they arrived at the Monaco Lounge. Once they found out, they quickly jumped back into their vehicles and sped over to the new club. When Von's manager arrived at Monaco, he could tell something wasn't right. King Von wasn't acting like his usual upbeat self. Instead, he had his hood up and was sitting quietly in the corner of his Escalade, texting someone back and forth. The rest of Von's crew didn't notice anything strange. They were just ready to head into the club and keep the party going. Meanwhile, Von stayed in the truck texting for about 30 minutes.
For some reason, Von wasn't himself. This man is like, I promise you, the best artist I ever moved in my life. For some reason that night, it was off. Like, he stayed in the car for like 30, 35 minutes.
That's when Von's manager got into the Escalade to check on him. He convinced King Von to go into the lounge, but because of Monaco's club rules, his crew had to leave their firearms in the car, so before Von went in, they sent the security team inside first to look around and make sure everything was safe.
I went to the car he was in. I was like, yo, Von. Went inside the passenger seat. I'm like, yo, Von, bro, what's going on? Like, everybody here waiting, let's go. He was like, all right, let's go. We're telling security, hey, it's time to go in now. Von's ready. You know what I'm saying? We've been here too long. Let's go inside the club. They check the venue, go inside, check the outside, make sure there's no...
While the paid security guards were inside checking the club, the real danger was actually outside in the parking lot. That's because Rondo was sitting in a car with a few of his own crew members. At that moment, it all made sense. Quando, likely the person King Von had been texting back and forth with. One of Von's security guards started checking the parking lot, going car to car to see who was around or if anyone was watching them. That's when he spotted Quando Rondo standing next to his white car. He quickly ran back to Von and said, "Did you know Quando Rondo is here?"
Now, right before we go inside the club, one of his homeboys, he came to the car and said, hey, so-and-so's here. And Von just jumped up like, oh, come on, let's go.
King Von reacted instantly. He jumped out of the truck ready to confront Quando Rondo. Von's team tried to calm him down and stop him from causing a scene, but it didn't work. This was the fastest Von had moved all night and he wasn't holding back. He walked straight to the front of the white car, saw Quando Rondo, locked eyes with him, and started throwing punches right away.
He jumped out the car. By the time Von jumped out the car, I don't even think he knew where so-and-so was. He just jumped out the car. He bumped into so-and-so. As soon as he bumped into so-and-so, started brawling.
The fight between King Von and Quando Rondo lasted for about 30 seconds. Then Quando's close friend Lil Tim came out from behind the white car with a gun and opened fire on King Von. During the shooting, Von's manager was also hit once in the leg, but some of Von's crew were still armed. They immediately fired back at Lil Tim, hitting him and causing him to collapse just a few feet away because of the gunshots. Two off-duty officers working security nearby rushed to the scene. Another on-duty officer arrived from the opposite direction. Three coordinated over their radios, and on the count of three, they opened fire toward the area. Sadly, during the chaos, one of King Von's team members was killed. Von was still lying in the middle of the street next to Quando Rondo. Some people online believe that Quando tried to snatch Von's chain before running away. But Von's manager 100,000 Track says Von was actually holding on to Quando to protect himself. However, police records say the opposite. Tethi claimed King Von was using Quando as a human shield.
And was he trying to take Von's chain or?
Honest truth, I don't think V-Roy had no jewelry on, and from the people that was a little bit closer, Von was actually holding onto him like, man, you ain't going nowhere. Like, you here, like, even through getting, he's that strong. Like, he was literally holding him.
Once the shooting stopped and things started to calm down, the focus shifted to saving King Von's life. His close friend Muop ran into the street and hit Quando Rondo to push him away from Von. After that, Quando and his team, including Lil Timgut, into their white car and rushed to the hospital at the same time. His crew helped him up and got him into their own car to head to the same hospital, according to police records and street cameras. Both cars were actually seen side by side on the road at one point, even though Von had been shot 4 times. He was still awake and conscious the entire ride. People who were in the car with him later said that Von stayed calm, tried to keep everyone positive, and told them everything was going to be okay.
When he was in the car, I myself wasn't there. The gentleman that was in the car with him was panicking, and Von was the one that was like, hey, calm down, slow down, chill, I'm gonna be good, just get me to the hospital. And honest truth, we all thought that the way he was carrying himself from that incident, from what I was told from the people in the car, that he would have been fine.
After arriving at the hospital, King Von was rushed into surgery. He made it through 2 operations, but sadly passed away afterward. According to reports, he got startled by a nurse while he was looking around for a firearm. But here's the strange. Vaughn was looking for a gun. He didn't even have that detail, only came out recently, yet 2 years ago. Boosie did an interview where he clearly said that Vaughn never had a firearm on him that night.
Like you said, the King Von situation. Like there was absolutely no reason for Vaughn to be rolling around with that dude. Like there was no, especially since he had security. Like, you know, someone should have jumped in. It should never even.
King Von
I almost feel like, but I almost feel like if you have real security,
all of them is supposed to blast. I feel like they would have been more ready in Chicago.
Sad, man, sad. I mean, the whole King Von thing is really kind of hanging
me up,
over everyone right now.
That me up, bro. Cause I like King Von.
That made people start to believe it was King Von's own team spreading the news that he never had a gun on him. Soon after, the news of King Von's passing quickly made headlines everywhere.
This made national headlines as officials confirmed one of the 3 people was rapper King Von from Chicago, who was here last night with friends.
2 groups of individuals got into a physical altercation. That physical altercation escalated into an exchange of
where immediately everyone would begin spamming Quando and LOL Tim's Instagrams, asking what happened as everyone knew they were responsible. So Quando would do his first interview sharing.
Whoever on my side, they got kids and a mama that 100% love them. And at the end of the day, bro, all this bull that we talking about is stupid. That could have been handled a totally different way. It could have been handled to the point where a song and $3-4 million could have came out or whatever. Like that could have got handled in a legit way, in a music way.
To even LOL Tim, the man that actually did the crime towards King Von, he spoke out sharing.
To know, like, shit, I was just protecting my little brother.
When you did finally find out that it was King Von who did it, how'd you feel?
I was like, damn, if Brian did that stupid shit last night, he still would have been alive. That's how I was. But I was like, yeah, I ain't no the type person I am. Like, I'm a humble person. I ain't no disrespect to like his mama saying him shit like that, cause I could easily get on that type of stuff and be clout chasing type. Like, I ain't on that type. I'm a humble person, but it's like they ain't never popped that shit off. That would have never happened like that.
Lil Tim survived his injuries at the hospital, but the next day he was arrested and charged for his role in King Von's death. He went through several bond hearings, but each time his request was denied. In March 2021, he was finally a $100,000 bond, which was paid by Quando Rondo later. In August 2023, Lil Tim's attorney confirmed that the charges against him had been dropped. The official statement read, "The case against Mr. Leaks, also known as Lil Tim, was dismissed before it ever reached indictment." But that was only the beginning. What happened next turned into one of the biggest stories in rap history. His closest friends like Lil Durk and other members of the block felt they had to respond. There was no way they were going to let it slide. In the months that followed, rumors began to spread about a major hit being planned against Quando's crew.
Now the search is on for 3 people who police say at a Savannah rapper, a member of his entourage. It happened in Los Angeles and cameras captured the aftermath.
As a result, one of OFO's closest friends, Lil Pab, was then taken out during the hit. News footage captured the moment that Quando found out he experienced the same pain that Lil Durk did when Von passed.
This man, a passenger in that car, frantic at the sight.